What's happening, people? Tom here, and welcome back to another squad builder on the channel. Now, I don't really do too many of these, but you've actually got yourself 2 in 2 weeks. It is not the same as last week, but it's going to be a very, very interesting squad builder. As you may or may not know, the EPREM qualifiers are happening right now, and as you can tell by the top that I'm wearing, I'm trying to qualify for Spurs again. Now, obviously, in FIFA 20, I represented Watford, and I managed to win it. I represented Spurs in FIFA 21 and I managed to finish top 4 on my console. So hopefully this year we get to play for Spurs and have another good year. But what this video is going to be about is me building the team under the team requirements I've been given, and also asking for your help because I need some help on who I should pick, what subs I should be using, what positions we should use. So I'm going to need you to get in the comments and let me know as I go along in the video. So as we do in every squad builder, I'm going to run you through the restrictions that I have to use when building this team. So it is a Premier League tournament. It is run by the official Premier League, the same that we watch in football. They're just doing it for FIFA. So what they've asked of us is we have to build a team of current Prem players and any icons or heroes who have played in the Prem era, which started in 1992. There's no restrictions on how many players per team. There's none of that kind of restriction. Just anyone that has played in the Premier League, if they're an icon or a hero, and anyone that is currently playing in the Premier League. Now I've said Premier League 100 times. Let's get into building the squad and seeing what players have made my Premier League team. The Premier League has had many a good goalkeeper over the year. I mean, current and past. So this one's actually a difficult decision. We look at the current keepers in the league. I'd argue we're going through a bit of a golden era right now. You've got Ederson, Alisson, Mendy, De Gea, Leese, Schmeichel, Martinez. All these cards are really, really good. However, I believe that the icons are actually better. So we're looking at either Petr Cech or Edwin van der Sar. But I've decided on FIFA, the prime Edwin van der Sar is the man for the job. I don't know what it is. I think it's maybe because he's that tall that you really feel it. Obviously 6'6" in game. One of United's best ever keepers, and I'm hoping next week he does the job for me. So Van der Sar is in net. At right back, this is a bit of an easier discussion because, as we know, Manchester City have some serious fullbacks right now. So Kyle Walker is coming in at right back, the 87 Kyle Walker. The reason I've done this is because I don't think the other cards are up to standard, and I don't think they've got the same pace as well. I'm thinking of someone like Trent, doesn't really have the pace of Kyle Walker, and I don't think the Reece James card matches up to Kyle Walker as well. So he has gone in at right back. The one bad side of him is he's not very good on the ball. He's in the team for his defending. Now we're on to the centre-back, and I would argue right now for the FIFA meta, the present players are better. But there's a couple of past that are worth mentioning that I've had to think about putting in my team. Vidic comes to mind, but he's way too slow. And then Rio Ferdinand was one that had a very big decision to make because he's actually really good in FIFA as well. However, there has been a few current cards that have come out right now that are just a level above everyone else. So let's go through them. I feel like the first one is pretty obvious because of the Team of the Year promo. Ruben Dias, or Ruben Dias, if you're the Wonder Kid guy from TikTok, goes in as one of the centre-halves. And now we've actually got a big decision to make. Let's quickly scout through the rest of them. My main thought process here is my centre-backs need to be quick, which rules out Van Dijk, which rules out Konate as well. I know, 83 pace, you're probably thinking, Tom, you're a bit of a snob. However, you can see on the screen, we have 2 of the main options. My meathead is currently covering Rudiger a little bit, but it's between Rudiger and Varane. I'm using both of these in my pro tournament team, but for this, I'm going to go Rudiger because I feel like he offers a little bit more. I don't know why. There's something about him in-game that I prefer. It might be Varane's low balance, but Rudiger joins the team alongside Ruben Dias as the 2 centre-backs for the Prem. However, I might change this to Raphael Varane as I go along. It's just right now, from what I've played with and what I've experienced, these are the best 2 centre-backs the Prem has to offer. And completing the back 5, it is pretty simple. I would argue the best fullback in world football right now. And he's finally got a foot card to show how good he is. It's Joao Cancelo. Every single person that plays with him or trains with him or comes against him says he is the best fullback in the world. I swear, I've seen so many quotes of that going around lately. And Cancelo comes in at left back. He is just unbelievable. So we go with big tall man, Edwin van der Sar. Big fast man, Kyle Walker. 2 just absolute massive units that aren't as quick but still defend very well in Dias and Rudiger. And then we have Cancelo as well at left back. On to the midfield, and this is where it's going to get complicated because I am starting with this team due to chemistry. This is not how it's going to look in game. I'm not playing a 4-3-3 third variation. I'm going to play a hard Brexit 4-4-2. However, for chemistry reasons, you'll see why. So let me start with a CDM that's actually playing CDM and arguably the best centre mid in the Prem right now. I see shouts of it all the time, and it's N'Golo Kante. I mean, he is an absolute freak of nature, and FIFA is definitely suited to him. His team of the year card with his pace and his physical and his defending, he's everything you want. And joining him is actually a very, very difficult decision because there is so many good Prem players right now. I think it's the team of the year promo that's done it. Obviously the future stars helped as well, but the team of the year promo just means there's unbelievable Prem players everywhere. Let's have a quick scout through. We have the pen merchant himself in Jorginho. We have Kevin De Bruyne. We have a Bruno Fernandes honourable mentions card, and then we also have a Smith Rowe Future Stars, and not many others below that. Maybe Pogba as well. Pogba's centre mid card is very, very good. Got to remember, we can use icons, and if there's one icon in the game that is unbelievable, it is Ruud Gullit. I think we have Palm Tree Ruud Gullit, the 93 version. Yes, look at that for a set of hair. Unbelievable from him. 4-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot, 6'3". He is everything you want in a midfielder. Look at him in games as well. There's barely any stat below 80, and he's perfect alongside Kante as well. Because I always mention I like one midfielder to defend, and I like one midfielder to attack. It's pretty obvious that Kante's doing defending. Palm Tree Gullit will be doing the attacking on the left-hand side, so he can come in. If I know what I'm doing, he'll come in. Gullit comes in next to Kante, but I'm actually going to play him up front for chemistry reasons, because as I mentioned, these cards are going to link up weird. You're probably thinking, Tom, they all play in the Prem. Why do you need to mix them around? It's because of my left winger who's going to be playing up front. Now, if there's one position in previous years on FIFA in the Prem where the players haven't been as great, it's normally up front. So if we have a look through, we can see quite a few, and you can see some of these are definitely going to get picked as we go along. But you can tell the options aren't as good. People like Raheem Sterling, baller in real life, but with the 4-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, means that he doesn't cut it in FIFA. So we're going to choose our first heroes this time, and it's actually someone, bit of a Spurs hero himself. David Genola is going to come in, and he's going to be playing up front for me. The main reason for Genola up front is the 5-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot. That means you can go on either foot. He's 6'1", which I don't think is that helpful for a striker, to be fair. I'm just listing his height for the sake of it. If you go into his stats, he's got decent pace, his shooting's good, passing, dribbling. Physical could be a little better, but it's still very, very good. And Genola's just really got a great card. The main reason is the 5-star, 5-star. I always say that up front. You've got to be able to dive left and right. Someone with 3-star weak foot, I'm always going to be going on to their strong foot, but with a 5-star, it helps massively. So he is going to be one of the strikers, and that is why Gullit is up there as well, because we can see he gives the link to Genola, same as Kante because he's French, and then they are all on full chemistry. Tell me I haven't got the biggest brain in the FIFA community. Right now, go on. Someone say it, because I'll tell you, my IQ, it is unrivaled. It's going to cause some controversy for the Spurs fans among us. Basically, I need a winger. And we'll have a quick look at the wingers in the Prem. We have Salah, we have Mane, we have Sterling. We also have a few other cards in here. I'm looking at Jesus, could potentially play out wide because of the one with 5-star skill moves. We have a Mahrez, Joe Cole. I feel like this is going to cause some controversy. I'm sitting here in a Spurs top. I'm bigging up Genola and I'm trying to qualify for Spurs. However, my thought process is here. I need to use any card I can to win the game. Now, if that means I have to use an Arsenal card, that might just mean I have to use an Arsenal card. I do apologise to any Spurs fans watching, but some things have to happen. This man is going to increase my chances of winning. Emile Smith Rowe, it pains me to say it, he's actually a bit of a baller, and he's going to be in my team, his Future Stars card that's just been released. The main reason he's in my team is the 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves, and I'm going to be playing him at right midfield or left midfield. I haven't quite decided yet. But you can see all his stats here. He's agile, he's got good balance, he's got the 5-star, 4-star, and he's very, very quick. I'm sorry to anyone that supports Spurs and feels passionately about this. The way I see it, it is just pixels on a screen. So if this pixel is going to give me more of a chance of winning, then he's in my team. Smith Rowe is going to be playing on the wing, and we now have 2 slots to fill our EPREMIER League starting 11. Now, these 2 spots are lined up for arguably 2 of the greatest the Premier League has ever seen. Now, right now, he's probably the best player in the Prem, so I'm going to go for that one first, and it is Mohamed Salah. Although he did lose the AFCON the other day, I need him to kind of get over that and get playing for me. His 94 card is really, really good. I'm a little bit worried about his 3-star weak foot. That is my only problem. I feel like there's a lack of winger options in the Prem, and I'm going to have to go with Salah here. So this is where I'm interested to see what people think, if there's a better alternative than him. Because what I do know is Salah will be my first substitution off. He is in the team just because he's quick and because he can hit a finesse shot. I think green finesses in FIFA 22 work really well. He's obviously got really good agility and balance as well, but I won't use him too much. A lot of the time it'll just be speed boosting and then finessing or passing inside of him. But Salah will be in my team as a right winger. It'll be him and Smith Rowe either wing. So you're starting to see how the team shapes up. In a 4-4-2, we'd have Salah on one wing, Smith Rowe on the other, Kane and Gullit in midfield, and then Genola as a striker with one other. Now, to me, it's pretty obvious who we're going to choose here. We all know it. Arguably the greatest player the Prem's ever seen. The only sad thing is we didn't get to see him in his absolute prime because he decided to go to Real Madrid. I think if we got another year or two out of him, he would definitely be seen as I think he's seen as the best player in the Prem, but the reason Henry gets the argument is that Henry did it for longer in the Prem. I feel like that's why people say it, but obviously if Ronaldo stayed longer, he would be the greatest to ever do it in the Premier League, I should add. But he is definitely in the team of the year, CR7. You know how much I love him. I've been doing all my YouTube videos around him lately. Been saying he's better than Prime R9, so he has to make the Premier League squad. And realistically, if I qualify this tournament, it will be because of this man stepping up. I feel like he's going to be the guy that gets the goals. And a quick look at the subs bench tells you we have got firepower coming out of our ears. We've got Phil Foden, his team of the year honourable mentions card, very, very good. Jesus, his foot versus fire, mainly because he's got the 5-star skill moves and a nice bit of pace. We've then got some Spurs representation on the bench in Heung-min Son's inform. It's a shame. Normally he gets a more high-rated card than this. A more high-rated card. Good English. A higher-rated card than this, but right now he's only got a 90. To be fair, if Son had a little bit higher, I think he would be in the team. We have prime Patrick Vieira, who's very unlucky to miss out because he's one of the best centre-mids in the game. But from what a lot of people are telling me, the team of the year Kante actually plays better. Varane, it was a straight coin flip between him and Rudiger that unfortunately he lost. We then also have the greatest striker the Premier League's ever seen in Sir Harry Kane, who's finally got his 5-star weak foot. Could be a bit of a weapon, you know, if we're chasing a goal, we need a goal late on, Harry Kane comes on, and then we also have Kevin De Bruyne as another sub. I think I would sub on De Bruyne for Kante if I'm chasing a goal as well. But that is it. That is the team right here. I could change this before next Wednesday. I'm going to be playing next Wednesday in the EPREMIER League qualifier for Spurs. Basically, 8 people trying to represent Spurs. You have to win the tournament. The person that wins it will play for Spurs in the EPREMIER League. It is pretty simple. But let me know what you think about the team. If you've anything you've got that you would like to change, and let me know any of your ideas, any subs I'm missing out on, any players that I have to use. I think this is the best I can do, but you know what I'm like. I'm always open to comments to try and change my mind. And I do apologise for using an Arsenal player, but sometimes these things have to be done. I hope you all enjoy watching the video, and I will see you all very, very soon. Goodbye.